What restaurants have you not been to in a while that you used to frequent a lot? Like I know Johnny's Pastrami. I used to go there quite a bit, but I haven't been in a minute.
I've only been to Johnny's a handful of
Are
times.
you
Less than a handful of times. I'm not really a
Oh,
pastrami.
okay. I was gonna say you might,
Yeah.
because like there's in the LA area, there's 3 spots, well maybe 4 that I'll go for pastrami. Like Johnny's was always one. I love Johnny's
Yeah.
pastrami. Cantor's in Hollywood. That's
The Hat wasn't the Hat a pastrami
and I was about to say
place?
the Hat. The
Yeah.
Hat has good pastrami, and then there's another spot called Ari's. The homie Sergio took me there one time, and they had Ari's had some bomb pastrami
Right.
overflowing out the sandwich.
Nah, if I was over by Johnny's, I was going to Tito's.
Tito's, yeah, Tito's is it's Tito's tacos. I will say that nearly $5 a taco now. I'm cool.
Yeah, I can't justify it. It's a once
used
in
to be
a
like $1.50 or something like that. And I used to grab 10, and it was dope. Grab 10 tacos and a side of guac and some chips.
some chips. Yeah,
It was the business.
the drink with the good ice.
Yeah, they were one of the first places with that good ice.
Yeah,
But now I don't. It's a little bit.
But
it's just a little.
it's gone up a lot. Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. It's not real Mexican food. It's not. But it's it has its Mexican influence. I want to call
I
it.
feel like I was
But it tastes good.
it was a Culver City staple.
Yeah, it tastes good. It was
Yeah.
always packed, but it's a trip because driving by, you'd always see them lines out all the way out the door, outside.
Always a line.
And you go by there now, and it's not like that. I think now you get mostly people who hear about Tito's and they stop. So they still get lines, but it's not the way it used to be.
Right.
Because, like I said, I used to drive there for myself, and I'd get 10 tacos. If I do that now, I'm spending like $70,
Easily.
$70-$80 for guacamole, side of guacamole, some chips,
And 10
and
tacos.
10 tacos.
Yeah.
It's like that's a little bit much for a meal, man. I can go somewhere with that same 70 and get a great steak dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like from a good restaurant.
Right.
So, nah.
Yeah. Cost of living. Cost of
Johnny's
living ain't no
Pastrami is
joke.
good, but besides that, is there any other spots you haven't been to in a minute that you used to frequent?
Nah, Tito's was really it. I mean, not so much now, back when I was stationed elsewhere,
Right.
I would always come back and hit the usual suspects.
Right.
Tito's definitely was one. And if I'm only doing it once a year, I could validate. And I mean, even back when I used to go, it wasn't as expensive as it is now.
Right.
But yeah, Tito's was one. In-N-Out was always one because they didn't have In-N-Out on the East Coast.
Right.
I feel like those were the big two. Popeyes is probably another one. Rallies is definitely.
There's not many rallies around anymore.
There's only a handful.
Rallies was one of the few places that you could get a burger that was wrapped in foil and it still greased through the bag.
Still
So,
greasy.
Figure that one out.
Get you a big Buford.
Right?
Their fries though, I love their fries.
And their fries have no potato in it. It's just like seasoning.
All seasoning.
It's deep fried seasoning.
All batter.
Grease.
Whatever it is, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
They got a very distinct flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to
love them rally
I
fries.
can honestly say I ain't been to rallies in a hot minute because there's just not any around anymore.
Well, there's one down on Beach Boulevard, not too far from where I'm at.
Maybe I'll swing through. I've heard that before too.
As we're talking about, I might hit it on the way home.
So
even though I got food at home, but I might want some outside food.
You know what I haven't gone to in a while? I don't know if you've been there or not, but like there's a spot in Manhattan Beach I used to go to called Mongolian Big Walk.
Never.
Man, all you can eat Mongolian. Ooh, I used to go there and fill up. I get my money's worth. That place was bomb, but I haven't been there in a couple of years. I need to head back down there.
Nah, I don't do too much. Like the basic extent of my dining is all fast food chain. It's all big chains. I'm not doing, like the little mom and pops. I'm not doing the lesser known places.
See, I like the mom and pops. I always find the best. Like, I got friends that hit me up. Hey, you know a spot in this area? Because I'm that's what I do. Is wherever I go, I find the hole in the walls, or they could be even bigger, but just not known franchises.
Yeah,
and you find the best food, man. Because I feel like some of those places are trying to prove themselves. So they go out of their way to make it bomb.
What's crazy is
prefabricated food.
What's crazy is the food is usually better, but I don't know, something about the name brand.
Right.
Like, I'd rather go to
I'm thinking about it now, and through the years, I've rarely seen you at other places. I mean, even when I'm with you, we're usually hitting somewhere fairly
Cheney. Yeah.
So I remember you came through to my event one time at the Chop House with them steaks and whatnot. I think that's one of the few times, and that was only last year. So that was one of the few times I've seen you not eat fast food.
Yeah. I mean, my palate has stretched a little bit. I'm not as closed off as I was before. I am more open to eating other stuff. I've been exposed to a lot more stuff now.
Right.
You know, I've been to Mastro's now. Before doing anything, like the top tier of my list was like Ruth Chris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to do the one in the marina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's as far as I would go, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what a Fleming's was.
I don't even want to like Ruth Chris. I hated the name of the place. They have good food. But when you say it, it's just such an awkward.
It's Ruth a weird
Chris.
name. Yeah,
you're like what? Like it doesn't roll off the tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So I used to hate it when I used to tell people, I'm about to go over to Ruth Chris.
Right.
It's like what? What's that? But the food is great.
Food's always good. I've never had a bad meal there.
Yeah.
Anytime we get the meat, like it's always cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
Seasoned well. Like I never leave there hungry.
For sure.
My wallet's a lot emptier, but
sure.
you know. But yeah, that was like top tier for me. And then, you know, wife has a more refined palate than I do. So I got exposed to the Mastros. And
yeah,
there was a spot we went to. We went to Vegas for a Janet Jackson concert. And we went to eat at the library.
Okay.
I tried to conceal my shock of the price of the steak because I never imagined paying, you know, triple digits for one piece of meat.
Right.
But I can't lie. Like it was
phenomenal.
It was a good steak.
Right.
It was a very good steak. There was another place that we went to.
It's because they sprinkle crack on it, so you just think it's good.
Whatever they're doing.
You're like, I'll be back.
Right. Whatever they're doing was working.
No, yeah, they got some good stuff.
Yeah.
They got some good stuff.
But there was this one time, downtown LA. Of course, I'm Niku X was the name of the place. I want to say they have a Michelin star now, or they're eligible for a Michelin star now. But when we went, it was like fresh, newly open, nothing big about them yet. But a lot of rave reviews. Friend's birthday. Shout out to my boy Q. Invited us out there for his birthday. It was like a top tier A5 Wagyu tasting. It was like the top 1% of the top 1% of the meat that they were serving. $400 a plate.
Wow.
Did I get enough to eat? No. Was it an experience that I'll never forget?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that we ate was delicious, but it was in such small portions.
Those are the type of places where it's the food is phenomenal, but you're not necessarily going to leave full.
No.
Unless you spend even more.
Right. And we chalked it up, you know, like this is an experience. Like how many times am I going to
it's not like, you know,
do something
you're
like
not going
that,
there daily or, you know, or weekly or even yearly, you know.
Yeah. But like the meat that they gave us, because it was like a 8-course.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 8 to 12 courses that we had. So, you know, the appetizers, it was all like the freshest sushi, the freshest sashimi, the freshest caviar. And then we got to the main courses and it's like the Wagyu was...
See, I would tell them, hey, all that sushi and the caviar and the sashimi, hey, substitute all that for extra steak.
Yeah, it was
like, we'll substitute your bill for an extra bill.
Right? Nah, it was definitely an experience, you know, because half the stuff on there it's not my typical.
Right.
You know, but I'm like, hey, like when in Rome.
Right.
Like when I'm doing stuff like that.
Fried squirrel nuts.
Right. When I'm doing stuff like that or when I'm traveling, I'm more open to trying new things.
Right. When in Rome, right?
Yeah, when in Rome. Like when I'm in Australia, I'm eating kangaroo burger, you know. When I was in Japan, I mentioned it before. Like that, Japan is where I ate.
You eat in Korea?
Korea.
I've had some people tell me some wild stuff.
I don't remember. There was a lot of drinking in Korea, so that was
that's another big thing in Korea.
Yeah,
I've had
the soju out there was phenomenal.
I've had some military.
I actually got to see Snoop Dogg in Korea.
Nice.
I went to Korea for my birthday. This had to be 2013.
Yeah,
maybe 2012, 2013. One of those 2 years. Went to Korea. As a matter of fact, went to Korea because one of the homies from high school, shout out to Sharita. I don't know if she listens or not, but she was teaching English at the schools in South Korea. So she's like, you're in Japan, I'm in Korea, your birthday's coming up, like, you should come down. Like, Snoop's going to be here, we can go to the concert, I can show you around. And I'm like, sounds good, like, sure, let's go. You know? So, booked my flight and everything, go down there, was able to see Snoop in Korea, which was the craziest thing, because that's the last place that I would imagine seeing Snoop. But
the crazy part is they don't know all the words.
All of them.
That's the crazy part.
All of them.
Yeah,
they knew the songs better than I did.
Right.
But it was a blast. It was a great time.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I mean, I know I ate some good food out there, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I had a homie too that told me in Thailand a lot of I think it was Thailand, but a lot of the street food.
Yeah,
he said is wild. Like the stuff that you see, like he was like, I was just like, wait, people eat that?
Yeah,
that was his impression. Like he was like, wait, people eat that?
Yeah,
everywhere he went. But like you said, he didn't try everything, but he tried certain things that he would not normally
try.
Eat.
Yeah,
it's just completely abnormal. And he went in. He was like, hey, some of it was good, some of it's still not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
but it was he was like, I was there and I wanted to see
what it was,
learn the culture and feel the vibes.
Me going to Japan in 2012 is why I started eating sushi, because I'm not going to eat sushi here. Like, I don't want to eat. That's before I knew the difference between all the different types of the sushi and the sashimi. And
I don't know much difference between any of that because
you don't.
Seafood.
Yeah.
I'm not big seafood.
But eating sushi in Japan,
yeah,
man, no experience. Like, it's the freshest of the freshest.
Maybe if I ever get there, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell them, nope. You got any pizza?
When we go on tour, we got some sushi pizza.
Right, sushi pizza.
Yeah. But like, after eating it there, I'm more open to eating it out here now. But it's nowhere near. It doesn't have the same. It's still good. I got some good places out here, but it's nothing like out there.
For sure.
Can you reach that?